Hello everybody, Mr. Power 46 here, and I'm still trying to come up with an interesting intro. In the last part of Costume Quest, we actually just got through the intro, did our first battle, just barely starting the game. And the game just told us we can break things with our candy pail, which gets us candy, including in the trash. Yes, it makes total sense. None whatsoever. And or kind of dangerous. Fortunately, we don't eat the candy, but we'll get into that later too. Although, actually that might be unfortunately depending on how you look at it, because you're kind of endangering someone else with it. Oh well. Some things in games you kind of do psychopathic things that you wouldn't do in real life. Like give someone else candy that you got from a garbage bag just as to get something from them. Yeah, kind of silly, I know. One thing I've discovered while testing for videos. Oh, and by the way, here's something new. My robot suit. And it has an ability. Although it's supposed to explain that in just a second. I'm using it anyway. That's rude of you, Grubbin. Why should I stay out of your way? That's kind of the cardinal rule of video games, to get in the bad guy's way. Completely and totally. That is one of the biggest things you do in video games, actually. Get in the antagonist's way. And uh-oh, there's a couple of people arguing and trying to take each other's stuff. Everett is unhappy with Travis for he is bullying him, as you likely guessed. And he's just bullying the new kid. That's all there is to it. So, I have to I have to antagonize him and then plan my escape. Whoops. Okay, this is turning out closer than it should be because I made a mistake. You are incorrect, Travis. Suddenly, flying like a bird, like an eagle. Whatever the songs are. Those are some old songs. Anyway. I'm just coming up with the random things to say. Suppose this is a stream of consciousness thing as well. Oh, and the police officer's scaring him because, oh, Halloween's is about scaring kids, right? Right? I'm sure there's quite a few kids that would disagree. I have no idea because I didn't do much. And he joins on our quest, not to find the Holy Grail, but to save our sister, or my sister, according to the game, Reynolds' sister. Trick-or-treating time. And, normal adult. Interesting. That gives us obnoxious amounts of candy. Oh, and don't do this in real life, but you can hit the mailboxes for candy. That's kind of illegal. Although that's the case of a lot of things in video games. Something you shouldn't do in real life. And, of course, suddenly a battle! A wild battle appeared. I know, and I have figured out some of the little strategies used for this. Spread out the damage some with this, because it's useful to spread out the damage. I don't know how to explain it better, but because, oh yeah, the missile barrage attack that the robot has that we saw in the first part targets more than one enemy and does significantly more damage than normal. So this should kill both of them. And it doesn't quite kill that one, but would be killed by the fire, and I can now kill it with Everett. I tend to do some extreme gaming stuff. Well, sort of. I'm not to an extreme degree. Sometimes I think to myself that really I'm nowhere near the level of some hardcore gamers, but I am pretty high in the hardcore gamer thing. It's kind of weird being in that limbo. I suppose it's the more you know, the less you believe that you're good at something. Sometimes. It happens with some things, and the less you know, the more dangerous you are with it. So, I know quite a bit about games. Also, maybe I should mention the mechanic of trick-or-treating. As you can see, you got some candy from the grown-up. And that candy you will be able to spend later, and actually Everett mentioned it in passing while I was talking about how you can go to the park and get battle stamps from Sadie. And actually, the battle stamps are very, very important in this game. Also, when in this situation, kill the white mage immediately. In this case, it's called a shaman. Kill it immediately. Like, full target it. Whoops. Wrong button. Oops. Because that. Now I especially want to full target it. Actually, once you get stunned, really what you want to do is not full target it, but just stun it whenever possible. Also, what the black mage did to the white mage, as I'll call it, is increase the damage output of it by casting a spell on the enemy. It gets really very dangerous very quickly. So when confronted by magic, as dark as this may sound, kill the healer immediately. Go for the medic. Not in real life, because medics aren't as powerful in real life as they are in video games. If they were as powerful in real life, they may as well have been soldiers themselves. But they're not. Healing takes a lot more time in real life. And a lot more effort. So, thus, it is a bit dangerous. And it's against the Geneva Convention to actually target a medic on the field. On the field of battle. By the way, I have a couple of random bits of trivia in my head. It's kind of interesting. And he is just going, no, 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 you're not. You know what? I may as well talk to him. Sorry, this storm drain is a hazard and off limits to anyone who does not know the password. I know the password, but you can't actually tell them the password until your characters know the password. And actually, I don't remember the password. You don't need to remember the password because it just does it automatically. And another battle! I have no idea how long this part has been going on for. It hasn't been too long, I don't think. So, I'll just keep going. But if you want to survive much easier, stuns are one of the most important things. Unless you do a different strategy. But stuns are pretty important for the average strategy. As weird as that may sound. Stuns are actually effective in an RPG. How did that happen? I know. Kind of odd. And in this case, wouldn't be able to win, except they die from fire. Kind of an interesting mechanic. And actually, you can't really use that mechanic much when you have to deal with stuns. It's kind of annoying. Because as the fire taking damage bit, it stops that. Like, breaks them out of the stuns. Or at least, the basic stuns. Also, I got a new quest! Hide and seek. I guess I'll talk to this kid because he is blocking the way to it. And of course, costume patterns and such. Also, this ability can be useful, but I don't use it much later in the game, even when I have to deal with stuns. What's the password? Manifest Destiny? Well, you got some powerful friends, that's all I got to say. Now, because water is bad for costumes, shield yourself! Yeah, sounds so much like a free association thing. And look! Another guy! Let's see, let's go over the ramp. Hey look! A coffin again! And let's talk to another guy. I don't even need to do the password. Thank you for the last part of it. And I don't use this costume very often either. I don't use a lot of costumes very often, actually. I've played through this game a couple of times. And you know, 600 candy is a lot of candy. A lot. Also, another kid doing some side quests. Yay! Let's see, trick or treat. Oh, great. I look just like his parents, who he hates very much. That's bad. Ooh, great. Ooh, target the mage. Target the mage. The mage is dead. Also, at some point I leveled up. I'm not sure when. So that's pretty useful. More health and more attack power is basically all that is. Missile barrage to take out the last guy. Because why not overkill? I have very eclectic ways of saying things, and they tend to vary. And you know what, Everett? I'm going to go do that. That sounds like a good idea. Also, this is a save point. in the original version of the game at first, before they updated it, there wasn't save points. You just automatically got saves. And people complained, so they changed that. Battle stamps. She's just explaining that I can buy these things with with candy. You can buy battle stamps. Egg is a very, very important thing, though. Very important. So I'll get that. Always give it to the last guy in line of the stuns like that. And you know what? I'm thinking disembodied hand. And I'll give this to Everett and this to Reynold. Thank you, Sadie. And here's another side quest. I'm not going to do it at the moment. Maybe in a moment. And hello, Scott. He wants me to trade him a card, which you get cards in this game by going against bad guys and robbing them blind. Oh, and I have to get into this party for something. Haven't even explained what yet, because you can do this before that. But you need something from under this tree. Now, you've got a problem if you try to do it. In the tree, there's a squirrel throwing things if you're not careful. So, what? Okay, I'm live streaming, so. And these things are important. And, oh, stupid squirrel. Okay, so I'm thinking it's probably time to end the episode. So I'll end with a save. Hello, police. Did you know monsters are invading the town and stealing all the candy? Oh, and they kidnapped my very funny kid. Happy Halloween to you too. I'm serious. This is an emergency. Okay, I'll add your complaint to the police log. Man, I hate working holidays. Click. And it saves. So, in the next episode, looks like we might be doing some more trick-or-treating and finding out why we even needed the cherries that we got. Because you actually do need them, believe it or not. So, until then, I'll try to figure out an outro too. And goodbye.